Welcome to STAB Exam Forum. We have come up with chapter 12 on Indian polity, and in this video we are going to see some important MCQ. Okay, so without further ado, let's see. So in the last chapter we have seen the timeline, how constitution was made, and this timeline is very important from the exam perspective. What are the important events that happened in the timeline we have seen in the last chapter? So if you have not watched that video, you can watch it. We have a link on the description box. You can just click on it and can go and check this chapter. Anyhow, in this video we are going to see some facts about Indian Constitution first, and then we will continue with 10 to 15 MCQs, okay, which we see important from the DRDO CEPTAM exam point of view. Okay, so the first fact about Indian Constitution is that it took 2 years and 11 months and 18 days to complete. Okay, this figure you just need to remember that it is a very daunting task for our leaders to make the Indian Constitution. Okay, 2 years, 11 months and 18 days it took. Coming to the next, the cost of preparation was 64 lakhs. So you can think of at that time what is the equivalent value. Okay, so the 64 lakh in 1950, it is a very huge cost. So there is a lot of cost involved in making of the constitution. The next thing which is very important from the exam point of view, that Indian Constitution contains 4 things. First is the preamble, okay, which you generally find in your textbook, okay, or next is the Constitution contains 22 parts, or you can say 22 chapters, and there are total 395 articles. Okay, so next is 8 schedules are there. Okay, I'm not going through each article and each schedule and each part. Just remember the figures which we are telling you right now: 22 parts, 395 articles and 8 schedules. Okay, that is only the fact about Indian Constitution. The next important thing from the exam point of view is the feature of Indian Constitution that can be asked. Okay, so the very first feature of our Indian Constitution is that it is the world lengthiest written constitution. Okay, it is the lengthiest written constitution which history has seen. Okay, so this is the very important point. Second feature is that this constitution, while preparing, various sources, I mean to that, from the constitution of various country, our constitution makers took the best thing out of those sources. Okay, so it can be some UK, USA, Canada, South Africa, so various country constitution we are inspired and took the best out of those constitution. Some leaders objected, but anyhow we will not go into that details. Okay, so the second feature is that it is taken from the various sources. Okay, in the next video we are going to ask question from the sources. Okay, coming to the third feature, it is a rigid and flexible. Okay, so constitution impose rules, so in that way it is very rigid, so you have to follow the constitution if you are living in the India country. Okay, it is flexible. Why? So whenever you find some objections in that Indian Constitution, you can go to the court for the remedial, so amendment can happen also in the Indian Constitution. In this way it is very flexible. The third feature is quasi-federal. Quasi-federal means it is not totally federal. Okay, it is quasi-federal. It is federal plus unity. Federal means that a separation of power between the central government and the state government. Okay, so there is separation of powers in all the central and state government. So this federal means this thing. Okay, this unitary means that only one government can operate only in exceptional circumstances. Okay, so in this way India is quasi-federal. The next feature is that it is a parliamentary form of government. What do you mean by parliamentary form? That we have representative. Representative means we choose the person which rule us, okay, through elections. So they form a parliament to do all the necessary actions. Okay. The next thing is independent judiciary. There is independent judiciary which will see whether the constitution is followed, all the rights, all the rules of the Indian government is being properly implemented. That is the role of judiciary, which nobody can interfere. Okay. The next thing is secular and republic state. Secular means there is not restriction on choosing any particular religion. This means secular. Republic means that the people of India choose their representative through the elections. Okay, so this means the republic. Next is universal adult franchise. What does this mean? Universal adult franchise means anybody who is 18 year can do a vote or can participate in the election, can contest. So this is universal adult franchise. Okay. The next thing is single citizenship. We have federal system, somewhere related to that we have central government and state government, but we have a single citizenship. It is not like the case that if you are living in Telangana or you are living in Andhra Pradesh, or if you are living in Rajasthan, you will have a separate citizenship. For whole India, there is only one citizenship, right? Coming to the next and important one is three-tier government. What does this three-tier government means? Central government, state government, and the third tier is panchayats. Okay. So these are the features which are very beautifully made up by our team. Okay. So coming to the MCQs part, let's see the questions. So try to answer the questions, and if you have not watched our theoretical video, you can watch it. So the very first question is Indian Constitution is, these are the four options: federal, quasi-federal, unitary, and presidential. So student, just recently I have told you that India Constitution is quasi-federal. I have told you the meaning also. It is not purely federal, it is not purely unitary, it is quasi-federal. Okay, it is not presidential at all. Okay, so the correct answer is option B, quasi-federal. Coming to the next question, how does Constitution of India describe as? These are the four options. Yes, yes. Constitution of India describe India as a union of state. If you see the article 1, that first statement is India as a union of state. It is not a federation nation, it is not a Bharatvarsh. So the correct answer is union of states. Coming to the next question, who was the chairman of drafting committee? That we have already discussed in the last chapter. If you have not watched, you can watch it. So yes, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of drafting committee. So these are some members, you can have a look. So coming to the next question, India is republic because these are the four options. Yes, no, it's not right. Option D, all of the above, is not correct. Yes, option C is the correct. The head of the country is elected by the people for a definite period of time. Republic means Ganatantra means chosen by the people. So how a representative is chosen? Through elections. So option C is the correct answer. Coming to the next question, who is considered as architect of Indian Constitution or modern Manu? Yes, this is very simple. Option B is the right answer, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Coming to the next question, when was our Indian Constitution adopted? Yes, I have told you several times, it's option B, 26 November 1949 is the right answer. Okay. Coming to the next question. So why 26 January has chosen this question? You will get that answer. 26 January is selected as a date of inauguration of our constitution because these are the four options. Yes. Yes, the option C. The Congress had observed it as Independence Day in 1930. What was that movement name? Yes, Poon Swaraj. So in that Poon Swaraj, our tricolor was also unfurled in 26th January 1930. So at that time, our Congress leaders felt that it is a somewhat independence. Okay, so that's why this date is chosen as the adoption date. Okay. Coming to the next question, what is meant when Constitution declares a secular state? Yes. Initially, I told you that states regards the religion as a private matter of citizen and does not discriminate on that basis. So option C is the correct answer. So whatever the religion you want to follow in India, you can follow. In this way, we are secular state. Who among the following was not a member of drafting committee? So you know the member. If you don't know, you have to see the options. So we know that Dr. Rajendra Prasad was not in the drafting committee. He was the president of the Constitution Assembly. So straight away option C is the correct answer. Coming to the next question. How many articles are there in Indian Constitution? We told you there are 22 parts, 395 articles, okay, and 8 schedules. So the correct answer is option B, 395 articles. Coming to the next question. Who was the constitutional advisor to the Constituent Assembly of India? Yes, this we have discussed in the last chapter. Sir B.N. Rao is the correct answer. So he was the constitutional advisor to the Constituent Assembly of India. Okay. Coming to the next question. Where do we find the ideals of Indian democracy in Constitution? This is very easy one. The ideals, what is the philosophy of our constitution maker, can be seen in the preamble. So option A is the correct answer. Coming to the next question. Who was the president of the Republic of India who consistently described Indian secularism as a Sarv Dharm Sambhav? Okay. Yes, this was initially given by Mahatma Gandhi, but it was consistently described by which president? Yes, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. He was the president of Republic of India and always described secularism as Sarv Dharm Sambhav. Okay, so option A is the correct answer. Coming to the next question. Who is the custodian of Indian Constitution? As we told you that one feature of Indian Constitution is independent judiciary. So who is the supreme head of judiciary? Chief Justice of India. So you can think of Chief Justice of India as a custodian of the Indian Constitution. Okay. Coming to the next question. The Constituent Assembly of India was set up under which commission? So that we have discussed in the last chapter, the timeline. Yes. So as if you have seen, option D is the correct. Cabinet Mission Plan 1946. This plan, Cabinet Mission Plan, has objective. There are two objectives. One was to establish Constituent Assembly. Second one is what? Yes, to form an interim government. That we have seen in the last chapter. Coming to the next question. Which of the following is not feature of Indian Constitution? Again, today we have seen. Yes, tell me. Yes, presidential form of government is not our feature. Parliamentary form of government, which we have taken from the US government, UK government. Independence of judiciary feature we have taken from the USA. Federal government, it can be USA or Canada. Okay, so the option C is the right answer. What was the basis for the constituting the Constituent Assembly of India? What was the basis? Yes, it is similar to the previous one. It is Cabinet Mission Plan 1946. Next one is universal adult franchise shows that India is which country? Yes, it means that we are democratic country, means the people who are 18-year-old can choose their representative. So choosing people from the people is called democratic. Okay, so option C is the correct answer. So we have seen 15 to 20 questions. We just gave you the basics. Okay, so I think this will be enough for the target DRDO CEPTAM 2022. We will come with Constitution after 2 or 3 days. Okay, so you can celebrate your festival also. Okay, so I hope you like this video. If you like this video, hit a like button and share it as more as you can. Thank you. Have a nice day.